going here? Here's the lick of the day, number 48. This is a Neoclassical hybrid and alternate picking lick. As usual, you can find a link to the tabs in the description below and also by clicking here on the screen. I'm going to play the whole thing slowly once and then break it down. Start on the 4th fret of the low E string. Alright, so this lick is all based on a harmonic minor. And harmonic minor, you should know by this point that it's a minor scale with a natural 7th. So instead of going 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7, you take this note and put it back where it belongs in the major scale, for example. So, and this gives us a more leading quality to back to the root. And from a chordal perspective, this gives us 5 major chords instead of a 5 minor chord that you would get in the natural minor scale. Right, we're going to start here with a diminished 7th arpeggio from the 7th scale degree here. And this is the hybrid pick part, and I've showed this pattern before in another context. But it's the same idea. We're using these 2-1-2 arpeggio shapes. So we have 2 notes, 1 note, 2 notes. And the picking that I use is this: down, hammer, M, A. Then I go back and play down, M, A, hammer. So it sort of reverses on itself. So down, hammer, M, A, down, M, A, hammer. Then I repeat that from this note. So, same thing from this note, and finally from here. And once we get to this point, I slide up to 13, and then pull off to 12, and then to 10, so no picking here. And then I'm gonna play the same frets but with picking on the B string. We're gonna go 13, 12, 10, then 9, and then back to 10, 12, 10, 9. So all in all, from the slide. And we're gonna repeat the same pattern down 1 octave, so from this F, but picking everything from here. So and then the final octave, just go down the scale. So we're back where we started basically. And for whatever reason, I tend to economy pick here at the end. So there's really only one economy pick bit here. It's just the change between the A and the E string. So I'm coming from here. Downstroke on this note, up, down, up, down, up, down. And I don't know why, but it just feels good, and so I'm just gonna go with it. You can absolutely alter pick it if you want. I wrote it out as exactly as how I played it though, so you can try both ways and see what works best for you. But we end up here where we started with a downstroke. So I mean, technically you could repeat the whole thing here as when you practice as well. But I ended it like this, and then open E string, and I slide into this A minor triad with A on the top. So that's pretty much the whole thing. Practice-wise, if you're not familiar or comfortable with the hybrid pick pattern yet, you can of course work on the actual lick itself. But I will also suggest playing something easier in the left hand so it's not so stretchy, either by moving the whole thing up a bit or just going through it with some nonsensical pattern that doesn't mean nonsensical musically, but that uses the same right hand technique. So if I apply this to the 1, 2, 3 fingering instead, you would get this. So you get this kind of a whole tone sound. I will work on that on each string group. just to get used to the synchronization here. And then do that with 1, 2, 4 as well. 1, 3, 4. And finally 2, 3, 4. So I think that's a really good way to work on things mechanically, so you cover all the different fingerings. And also work on the actual thing, of course. But if you just can see that it's the same thing repeated over and over again once you know the first two groups, so in this case it's just the same thing as another string group, it should be fairly easy to understand at least, and that will make it way easier to get down as well. But it's a sort of thing that can actually be really beneficial to just sit in front of the TV with no amp or anything just going. And just making sure to get as much as possible, get the same sound from the hammered notes, the picked notes and the hybrid picked notes, because it's quite easy to overpick with the hybrid picking. So just pull that back a lot. That will help you with the smoothness of the whole thing. So give that a try. And the picking run here, I would work on this first. Just to get used to the sort of going from this legato into the picked run without losing steam, so to speak. And then just work on the sequence. Let's move that up and down the fretboard as usual. And yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to the practicing stuff. Right, so if you made it this far into the video, I assume that you like what I'm doing here. So if you could like and subscribe, if you're not already a subscriber, that would help the channel out a lot, and that would in turn help you as well. So I would really appreciate that. And if you have any questions, just post them below. And if not, I hope you enjoyed this one, and see you in the next one.